Okay. We should be on. We should be live. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're back with another, we've got a one-shot today. We're not doing the same one-shot as last week. We're actually doing something new, something I've put together in my own time. And I think you guys will be impressed. Before we begin, we're just going to run through the characters we've got here today. We have 2 of the same and 2 new characters. We have updated some of the character art of the reoccurring characters, but apart from that, everything stays the same, right guys?
I have 2 new torches.
You have 2 new torches, that is incredible. Any other gear that you guys have that you're using now?
Oh yeah, I have
yet.
a shield from last time.
A shield from last time? Oh yeah, you have that mithril shield, right?
That's correct.
What does it do? Is it like a masterwork shield?
It's a regular shield, but it doesn't take a gear slot.
Oh wow, so it's lighter then. I guess that makes sense. It is mithril, right? Mithril's supposed to be lighter. Okay, and we've got 2 new characters. So, Gene, you've retired your elf from last week, and you're now playing a halfling. Tell us about it.
He looks pretty creepy, and he's just as standoffish too. And first thing you'll notice is he carries 4 daggers, and he's got some sort of headdress from the woodlands. And
you're a cleric, or sorry, a priest even, but we're going for more of like a shamanistic priest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. And we've got a new player today, Curtis playing Pike.
Yep, the halfling banished person, the outcast.
Banished person, fantastic. You have a -1, -2 to AC. Yeah, no worries. Good to remember that. Some players do forget, but you should, right? You should be forgetting. So yeah, we've got a thief joining the party. That means, most of the party are under 5 feet tall. Ursula stands as the only human in this group of adventurers. But yeah, our adventure today is going to be taking place in the Grand Duchy of Karameikos, which is a fabled land with a interesting history. And you guys are going to be adventuring today and exploring, well, a ruin. So unless we've got any further questions, we can begin.
Is it set in the same world as your normal stuff?
What we do?
No, it's in Mistara.
It's in this. It's not in my normal world. This is in the Grand Duchy of Karameikos. Person who joined the channel, who's not a player. How you doing, Morgan?
I run this this setting in my boyfriend's campaign.
Lucky him. It's good. I do like it. I've been reading up on the book and I like this area. So we are going to be today's adventure is going to be taking place in the northern hills and mountains of the Grand Duchy. It's not too far from the. Oh, where's the reference here? We've got the location here actually on this screen. The town of Threshold is where this is going to be taking place near. Yeah, right on the northern border. Nice little map, isn't it actually, guys? Very, very nice. Anyway, let us begin. Your journey begins in the northern hills and mountains of Karameikos, a land that has seen many struggles and battles over the last millennia. There are many ruins that dot this landscape, that speak of a rich and ancient history that has been lost to the ages. You know that this land is full of dangers and secrets, and that the ruins and catacombs here are treacherous and unpredictable. But yet, you press on, drawn by a lure of adventure and riches beyond your wildest dreams. And now, as the four of you crest a hill, you see a crumbling ruin ahead. Its walls worn and weathered by the passage of time, but yet you notice signs of activity. And knowing that, you feel a sense of dread, knowing that something dangerous may lie ahead. Let us begin. So, this ruin is around 120 feet away from where you guys are currently. You can see there is an effigy posted not too far in front of the ruin. An effigy is basically a scarecrow, but this scarecrow is more of a warning, not to birds, but to adventurers. And on this effigy are bones, skulls, and other bits of dressing. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, gadzooks. Pike definitely doesn't like the look of this. You said it was 120 feet away?
Correct. So it is far, which means that any of you with ranged weapons could shoot anything that's, at the edge of these ruins.
Oh, I guess gonna see if there's any kind of shadows or any kind of maybe like brush or trees or rocks or cover that he could like maybe get up to the entrance undetected.
There is very little in terms of foliage or coverage, apart from one specific thing. And this specific thing there are two of. There are these pillars, columns. I'm going to go to the map. And guys, just be aware, obviously, if you're a player, if you're playing right now, make sure, if you are on the live stream, to not be looking at the live streams, obviously. Just to let you know, because there is going to be stuff on that will spoil the fun for you, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. But
Friends?
yeah, there are two columns, pillars ahead. One is 20 feet high, and the other one is 15 feet high. They're about 5 feet wide. If you were to run up to it, Pike, you could hide behind it.
Pike, take heed. My divine goddess, Geed, sent me a vision, and in that vision, it was a warning. It was telling me to never ever stand in anything that remotely reminds you of a statue that has bones in it. Stay away.
So stay away from bony statues. Oh my goodness. What have I got myself into?
So you want us to turn back now, Grim?
Definitely not. I would just say, just approach with care. That's all that I would ask.
So the same as any other ruin delving. Okay. Okay. And well, Pike is going to try and sneak up and try and get behind that pillar so we can get, a closer look at the entrance. Maybe there's guards posted.
What about the rest of you guys? Do you hang back? Do you wait to see what Pike finds out, or do any of you want to go forward as well?
I'm gonna wait
Hang
until
back.
Pike.
Go.
Nubit will follow Pike.
Might be worth getting you guys in initiative order, so we can go through you guys one at a time. Yeah, click on your tokens and roll initiative for me. As you guys can see, we've actually set up the initiatives. We've actually got proper macros today. Everything's been set up. If you thought last week was good, this week's gonna blow your socks off, guys. If you're watching this on there, if you're watching this back, we've got Ursula and Herbert Pike. We're missing one person. We're missing Grim's initiative. Thank you very much, Grim. Pike went first. Ursula's gonna hold back. What about you, Nerbert?
Following Pike.
You're gonna follow Pike. And what about you, Grim?
I'll hold back as well.
Alrighty, I would like the two halflings to please each roll me a stealth check, which is dexterity check. Oh, 7, 7, 7. Let's see how Pike rolls.
Okay. How do I do advantage on here?
You can just roll twice. Click it twice.
Okay. All right.
16. So, the two of you now scurry up towards the pillar, and as you do, you suddenly notice a green figure now standing upon the ruins. A goblin. And as you see the goblin sees you, Nurbert, and goes to open his mouth to scream.
Oh, dagger!
I'll throw a dagger at him.
Distance away, it's 30 feet exactly. So yeah, you can throw a dagger. Like, you need to change the macro, so instead of saying weapon name, it'll actually say what the weapon is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. So, no, but you try and throw a dagger towards the goblin, and it just misses its feet. And at this point, the goblin now screeches, alerting whatever else might be here to your presence. Let's bring you guys to the map. We'll have you guys roll initiative again. Alrighty, click on your tokens, roll initiative, please. As you found a ruin with goblins. Alright. Okay, let's go. So the goblins have got the initiative. And with the cry of the goblin sentry, the other goblins now react. This one scurries up to here, pulls out a short bow, and fires a shot. Where it's going to fire a shot will be towards Nurbert. What are the rules on cover in Shadowdark?
Make it up.
Make it up. It's an open system, isn't it? So I think we'll
Maybe
go.
disadvantage?
Perhaps. I think we'll go with a flat -2 to its attack against you. But I'll fire that shot. $17. So, the arrow now flies through the air and hits you right in the thigh. You yelp out for a moment as you kind of clutch the wound, and you now dart behind cover properly. The first goblin has acted, the second one has not. The second goblin looks off into the yonder and sees two other adventurers off in the distance. So he's going to fire quite a long shot, but still within its within its range. He's going to fire a shot towards Grim. Click on that. And goblin. And it misses. It hits your shield. You're okay, Grim.
We begin.
We begin, and it's Ursula's turn. What would you like to do?
I turn my head, smile at Grim as the arrow hits his shield, and I'm gonna advance. How far can I move in combat?
30 feet. Just like D&D. You can dash if you wish to. Otherwise, you can attack.
Alright, I'm gonna throw one of my spears up at the goblin that just shot at Grim.
Yeah, the goblin has no cover. So you can just throw that javelin up. A 9, unfortunately, whizzes past its head and misses. This goblin here. Gonna scurry through here. And as it gets here, it's gonna end its turn. Kind of standing quite menacingly in front of you guys, just trying to defend the entryway. And what this is here, guys, this is actually a little wooden rickety drawbridge, like a little rope bridge. That's 10 feet off the ground. Okay? And obviously back here, these are steps, obviously, that kind of lead up, like kind of earth mound steps. Pike, it's your turn.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, this isn't looking good. Oh. Well, well, everyone else is going, so here I go. And we're gonna go 5, 10. We're gonna go to here. I hope this isn't a bad idea. And stab!
You just rush up and slice towards the goblin's neck. Does it hit? It does. Do 3 points of damage, which manages to injure the goblin, but does not kill it. You slice the side of its throat, and now with one of its hands, it grasps the wound as the blood kind of sprays out. And it's gargling, but it's now with its other arm sweeping and swiping at you with its club. It's not dead. Somebody needs to finish it. Nubert, your turn.
Nubert calls out to Pike, "Get my daggers!" And he's gonna throw a knife at this goblin.
Alright, let's see if you can hit. Second dagger now. And that is a hit, and that's the damage you need. Where does it hit? How does it kill this goblin?
Right in the chest.
Right in the chest. Strikes it right in the chest. Cracks through the ribs. Pierces the ribs. The goblin topples over. Just before it was about to club Pike to death as well. But you go back behind cover again. Grim! Bottom of, well, not bottom of the initiative, but bottom for your team. What do you want to do?
Well. How close is close again? Range? Like 3 squares? 15 feet?
So close is 5 feet.
Alright.
Near is 30. And then far is sight, I believe.
I charge forward and I yell. I used to deal with them back in the mountains. It's useful to hit them very hard so they stop moving. And as I say that, I'm gonna cast Protect from Evil on, well, Ursula.
On Ursula. Alright, so you're doing a power check.
Yep.
That's a fail.
That is a fail.
Oh, so
First time I fail.
Yeah, so you can't cast that spell anymore for the rest of the day. But it's not a natural one, which is good.
Alright, well, Grim curses beneath his breath, and that's it.
Alright. So this goblin kind of pauses for a moment, but then eventually now comes running out. And as it comes out, it sees Ursula in its vision. It doesn't really notice Pike, because Pike's kind of behind that wall, right? So it comes out and just immediately fires a shot towards Ursula. And it flies through the air. And shoots past, whizzes past your head. And then, as it comes around the corner, you kind of startle it, Pike, and it drops its short bow on the ground, draws its club, and now kind of stands relatively, menacingly in front of you, kind of roaring and screaming as it's going to end its turn. Top of the round, guys. Round number 2. The goblins have the advantage, but for how much longer, as one of them now lies dead. The goblin up here continues its assault, pulling out another arrow, aims, and it's going to fire towards Ursula, who's the biggest and easiest target currently. And that's another miss. The end of that goblin's turn. This goblin, however, is going to scurry over here. And then leap down onto Pike.
Oh no!
And it's going to just try and shoulder tackle you. And the thing is, right, this is kind of like downhill. So if it succeeds, you're going to tumble down this hill. So I want you, it's going to be a contested check. I want you to roll me your choice of either strength or a dex check.
Pike is very wiry and he's very squirrely, so we're going to go with dex.
That's fine. Very good. So it tries to leap into you and it misses, and it just kind of slumps into the ground.
Oh goodness! Oh dear!
Takes a point of damage as it kind of stumbles up to its feet, but it ends its turn, as that was its action. Try and do that. Ursula.
Seeing that Pike's surrounded, I'm gonna throw one of my spears at the nearest goblin before
Cool.
I start to move.
Sure. The one here then, on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. Oh, misses.
And then I'm gonna move up.
Alrighty. Very good. That goblin's dead. Over to Pike.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh,
Surrounded.
dear. This is bad. This is bad. We're going to. I'm going to move to on top of his corpse, grab Newbert's dagger. I'm pretty sure that's an action though, and then move over here, and then you got this, lady. Just go all the way around the wall. Just
Very
dear, taking a breath. Oh, this is so scary.
So you pull out of combat, and now the goblins see you run off, and they now look around for another target, and Ursula's just standing there, as imposing as she is. But obviously, with it being 10 feet high, 10 feet high isn't particularly tall, right? But it is for goblins and halflings. This is quite a formidable structure for little people, which you guys are, well, some of you at least. No, but
Nubert sees them pain, violence, and noise all around him. He looks over to Grim and he calls out, "Go where I got it!" And then he casts a spell to try and heal himself.
okay. And it succeeds. Your heal is still up, still working, and you've regained 1 hit point.
Wow.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, anything else, or are you happy to be behind that pillar? Alright, Grim.
I got this, Newbert. And Grim is gonna come closer, alright? Banging his sword on his shield, and then he's gonna cast on himself Shield of Fate.
Shield of Faith. Very good. And that's another that's a success. So you still got that
Alright.
spell. It gives you what? +2 to your AC?
Yes, exactly it. And he's just gonna stand there looking menacingly.
Menacingly.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
all.
You're welcome.
That's it.
I hope you'll help me if I start getting the words wrong. It's fine. Let's have a look at healing. The healing spell. What is it? Is it Cure Wounds that you just did?
What I did was.
No. I'm talking about.
I see.
No, it's roll a number of d6 equal to 1 plus half your level rounded down.
It's rounded down, so I have 1.
Yes, they're level 1. He's level 1, so he only has 1. It's only 1d6 at level 1. It doesn't say minimum of 1, does it? So it'd be 0. Alright. Goblin here. So obviously with Pike rushing away, it's going to turn around. Actually, I don't know what it's going to do. It's it just kind of looks at Ursula, looks at Grim, back to Ursula, back to Grim, and swings at Grim.
Nice.
12. Misses.
That's a miss.
Top of the round. Goblin scurries over the top. To the other side. Sees Pike
Oh no!
approaching. Doesn't want to die, as you can imagine. Fires a shot. Just misses. Whizzes past you.
Oh no! They're shooting at me.
He's shooting at you. Yes, he is. And he's going to end his turn as this one now continues the fight against Grim, swinging the club on him. Oh my god! I don't. Why does it say 7? Oh shit! Okay, let me roll a d4. I'll fix that.
That was scary for a second.
Yeah, it was. I was like, why does that say 7? Yeah, the macro's been messed up. My apologies. It should be okay now. Let me just double check to see if it's okay now. There you go. All right. Yes, it does miss. Or sorry, it does hit. Sorry, just 1 point.
For 1 or for 3?
It would be 1 point of damage.
All right. More.
So yeah, he's like, he hits you in the kneecap with the club. Thank God you're wearing your greaves today. Yeah, mark off that 1 hit point, and it's Ursula's turn.
I'm going. So is it an action or anything to drop my shield and spear, and draw my greatsword?
No, I think I'll let you do it. I'll allow you to drop your shield and your spear and draw a sword.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on the rulings for it. Until I get the official book, we just don't know, do we?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the nearest one.
Alrighty. Yeah, that hits. 2 points of damage. Only a flesh wound. Goblin is still very much intact, willing to fight on. Somebody put in the chat, the aesthetic of the tokens makes it look like you guys are beating the crap out of Yoda's clones. Very, very good. Yeah, updated AC, thank you. Alright, end of your turn. So yeah, just a little bit, the tip of the blade slices the side of the goblin. It kind of arches its back. That goblin's already dead. We'll mark it off the initiative. It's over to Pike as that goblin notches another arrow, pulls it back, and is readying another shot on you, aimed at you. What do you want to do?
Oh dear. Oh dear. This is not good. Well, this is okay. I'm going to throw Norbert's dagger at that goblin first, hopefully to try to kill it.
Okay. 10. It just misses.
And then, quickly looking for a place to hide up here. Try to squeeze into that corner there.
Yeah, this is actually a statue, so you could hide behind the statue if you wanted.
Oh, I will hide behind the statue then.
Very cool. Alright. So now you're kind of like weaving in and out on one side and on the other side of the statue, and the goblin's just following you with its aim, trying to mark that shot. You're keeping it at bay for now. Hopefully somebody can help you soon. Ubert.
Nubert peeks from behind cover and kind of runs up and he says, "I'm almost out. Let's get out of here." And he's gonna throw another dagger at this guy.
Yep. Clear throw. Unfortunately, it does miss.
He ducks behind cover.
Grim.
Question: can I keep casting the same magic over and over on myself? Nah, right?
You mean in regards to the yeah, you can't get the same effect again.
All right.
Otherwise, you could just like shield of faith up to like 50 AC if you don't fail, right?
Makes sense. Very well. In that case, I want to go right in between both goblins, and I want to attack the one on my right with my longsword.
Brilliant. Yeah, and you've got your shield in the other hand as well, so you're one-handed swinging this.
Oh, please work. Okay. And right here.
Brilliant.
Okay.
That hits. It's natural 20. You've just got a -1, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So do you want to roll another D8?
Sure.
Because you do roll damage on a crit. So it's actually a crit, guys.
Finally one.
Oh! So how do you execute this goblin?
Well, Grim looks, he's about to position himself in between both of them, but he realizes that, nah, it's better to focus on the left one. And right as he's about to step in between both of them, he just takes a quick stab at the one on the right. And as he falls, he doesn't even look, and he stares at the one on the left.
Alright, it's dead. This goblin here is going to go for a swing with the club. And it's going to go for a swing on Grim for killing its family member or whatever. Who knows?
His dad.
Yeah, his dad. and it misses. And at this point, he's going to pull back. I'm going to roll a morale check for the goblins. And they fail. With that in mind, this goblin now begins scurrying away. So how much movement was that? That was 10 to get there. That's 20. That's 30 as that goblin's going to rush to there. That spear is here. This goblin's kind of stuck. He's going to risk it. He's going to jump down. And he lands on his head.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
you hate to see
It's
it.
a 10-foot drop, guys. They're only 3 feet tall. It's pretty brutal when they roll a 1. So in a bit of a mad panic, the goblins start leaping around. He's probably not dead. He might have just knocked himself out, bless him. But either way, he's out of commission. That only leaves one goblin left, who is making his escape to the northeast. And it's your turn, Ursula.
I'm gonna pursue the goblin and attack it with my greatsword.
And you just drive the blade home, executing the goblin, and eliminating the threat in this area. The combat is over. Congrats.
Good job, everyone.
So, the goblin's dead. Look around at this ruin. You don't know what the ruin is, but whatever it is, it's from a bygone age. The statue in the center is of an ancient hero, warrior of old, and the warrior themselves in full armor, full regalia, with a massive bastard sword that is gripping with both hands. For the sake of purpose, this would be a Shadowdark warrior, would it not? Somebody from the olden days.
Yeah, because the Thaiatians came.
There was
later.
there was a culture before the Traladarans, or at least there was like the predecessors, right? But I think they're
Yeah.
like 1,000 years ago. So maybe a little bit too long ago to have a statue somewhere. But albeit, with this encounter being over, guys, you are in dangerous country, and because of that, I would like Pike to roll a d6. If you roll a 1, more monsters will show up.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, you guys are good?
Oh, I don't see anything.
So, after dispatching these goblins, you rummage through their belongings and the little pile that they've made in front of the statue. And what you find amongst all of the rotten food and the trash are 2 pieces of treasure. The first is a cracked handheld mirror worth 8 gold pieces. The second, and my personal favourite, is 10 gold pieces in a mouldy wood box.
I wonder if they've been robbing people. Does the cracked mirror take up a inventory slot?
I imagine it would.
Okay.
I think
I'd
most.
like to take a closer look at the box at the top of mold.
Yeah, so the box itself doesn't really have much value, but the coins inside do. I'm pretty sure each piece of like light treasure is 1, and then like if it's actually gold, it's like 100 gold pieces equals 1 loot, 1
Do
slot.
the coins look as bad as the box does? As far as being moldy?
Oh no,
dusty?
I think the coins have been preserved in a way by the box.
Very well.
So we're gonna split it
Thank
up.
you.
2 GP to everybody.
And then 3 to to Grim and myself.
Okay, free to grow yourself.
What is this 20 feet structure over here?
20 feet. Oh, it's just like a part of the ruin. Like it's just a block of stone. You get the
I
impression
see.
that this used to be a much larger structure, but much of the wall has come tumbling down over the last 100 or so years. This is just what remains.
Grim would like to go up the stairs and take a look around, see if he sees anything interesting from up there.
Also mentioning that this here is just like a ridge.
Oh, I see.
Pike will look around, see if there's any like secret entrances or maybe like a button or something he can push.
So as you look around, Grim, you notice a goblin off in the distance who's just kind of glaring at you guys. I forgot he was there. Yeah. I think he forgot he was there, bless him. But as soon as you see him, he just runs off.
I'll wave at him.
He scurries away. I'm sure many a dungeon master forget their monsters, their characters sometimes.
Hey, Pike! That
Yeah.
goblin over there, the one that you dropped, this one to the west, is he still alive?
Oh, let me check. Pike will check to see if he's still alive.
Yeah, roll me a wisdom check. The goblin does the ancient gesture of maximum offense from a safe distance. That's funny. So yeah, you obviously put your fingers to its neck. You check its pulse. It has a faint heartbeat. Goblin is still alive.
Oh, he's still alive. I quickly pull out the rope and I'm going to tie him up.
Oh, right.
Does anybody here speak gibberish? And by gibberish, I mean the goblin tongue.
Yeah, what is that actually? There is a reference for languages in the game. I'll have a look. Don't worry, you guys don't have to look it up. But very interesting, right? Who's carrying the mirror, by the way?
I'm probably Pike.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind who carries it as long as one of you's got it. Because remember, guys, that treasure equals experience, and I'm about to give you some XP for this encounter. The language... Goblin is the language that you would need for this. And it's goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears that speak the language. But I imagine
So
none of you
Newbert.
have that, do you?
Yeah, we don't.
That's fine.
Newbert, what do we do about this little fella over here? He's not quite dead yet, but if we leave him, tied up, it's probably more cruel than just to dispatch him.
Doesn't matter what happens to him. Just,
Oh,
whatever you feel is right.
I mean, do we really have to? He's kind of incapacitated at the moment. You can't just murder him.
True. But wouldn't it be more cruel to leave him starving to death or to be devoured by something else?
Well, that's nature. That's Jeed's will if he dies.
Well, I'm sure they have some food around here somewhere.
I will give you guys 1 experience point for this encounter, which you guys may add to your sheets.
Right.
So yeah, what do you want to do with the goblin?
I guess that's kind of a team thing, isn't it? Like, obviously Pike doesn't want to kill him, but at the same time, it's like, he is kind of a robber.
I have an idea. Why don't we, Loki, you said it's a hill, right? To the south right here?
Sorry? There's a hill. Yeah.
Why don't we just roll him downhill? And, from there on, if he survives, it is Gid's will. If not, I guess that's it for him. We're not committing murder. We also give him a chance. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Right. You might want to take your rope back, Pike.
Okay, I'll take my rope back.
You unravel him. You unravel the goblin. And the goblin is still unconscious, and you pick him, you try to drag him, Grim, to the top of the hill. Or the party all watching, you just kick the goblin down the hill.
Is there any trees or rocks on the way?
No, I mean, if there were rocks, they'd be on the map.
I
Yeah,
see.
they only
Very
cover
well.
where these cylinders, which, to be fair, you guys did make use of on your ascent up. But that's the encounter, guys, and there's nothing else to gain from this space. You ready to move on?
Might as well. We're here to explore the
Positive.
unknown, right?
Indeed. So, with that in mind, you now spend the next couple of hours looking over the surrounding hillsides. And it does not take long for you to find something of note. You come across yet another statue. This time of a man riding a horse. It is from the olden days. And it is surprisingly in pretty good quality, despite a few cracks and scratches here and there. Unfortunately, the plaque at the base of the statue has been worn away by time, but you get the impression that whoever this man was, he must have been incredibly important. And as you look ahead, you see steps made of stone seem to lead down into the earth. You get the impression that this statue marks an entryway, perhaps into a tomb or a catacomb of some sort. You found something.
Oh, a cave. We should check it out.
Not just a cave, a dungeon.
Oh, that's less good.
Oh, no, they're both as good as each other. You know, you could find some awful things in caves.
Oh, I suppose.
I forget what they're called in this. I think they're called like cave dwellers or something. But yeah, those like giant caterpillars, centipedes that poison you. Yeah, not very nice.
Okay, well, I suppose I better go check it out and see if there's anything inside.
Good, half man. We should. We really should.
Alright, we're zooming in nice and close. So you guys are going to approach the stairwell. You've rolled a check. I didn't hear any spell being cast.
Newbert, before they go in, says, "Alright, let's see what the goddess thinks." And then he casts Cure Wounds on himself, but it fails. And he says, "She doesn't like this place. Maybe we should be in and out real quick."
Okay. Pike will see if he can't scout ahead. At least take a look inside the entrance.
Do you want to light a torch, or do you want to go into the dark and see if you can hear anything first?
I'd rather not. Pike definitely does not like to attract attention, so he's going to try and get up to the edge of it and kind of give it a good listen, trying to be as quiet as he can.
Right, so you head down the steps, which is more than 20 feet total. Upon reaching the bottom, put your ear to the wall, you listen. Roll me a wisdom check, your hearing, and you can roll me a dex check for stealth.
Alright, here's for the hearing.
As I assume you
And
want to do both. That's a nat 20,
Yeah.
very nice.
And here's for the dex, for the sneaking part.
Wow, 2 nat 20s! So you head down and you kind of look around. You're also kind of making sure that there's no traps lying about. But you suddenly hear voices, conversation. What languages do you know?
Oh, just the common tongue.
You don't know this language, but it sounds monstrous, bestial, harsh. Suffixes on the words ak, ok, Greek. Deep voices.
He'll look back to the party. I'm assuming the party's within line of sight of him, and he'll with his hands, he'll make a gesture that like two people are talking, and then he does like he stretches his hand up as tall as he can to denote that they're big.
I'll move closer to see if I can hear, and if maybe like I've identified this from my previous adventure, like if I can identify what they are.
If you approach, you will also have to roll me a stealth check, and if you fail, you might alert the creatures here.
That's fine. Dex is my highest stat.
Oh, there you go then.
Hey, Newbert. When Pike says 2 big beings down there, do you think he means big for you or big for me, says the very short dwarf?
You can make a wisdom check as well if you want to be able to hear. Very good. So you now come up behind Pike. And what languages do you know?
I think I only know common.
That's a big rip, guys. But I will say, whatever these creatures are, they have deep voices, they sound imposing, and it doesn't sound too different from Goblin. There's 2 of them, and they aren't aware that you're here. You can't hear any other voices. Worth mentioning, guys, that you have been in the dark, standing around in a game called Shadowdark. I'd like Ursula to roll me a d6, please, for a random encounter.
Oh no.
You can roll me a d6. Another one.
Here we go again.
Suddenly you hear movement from ahead of you, but not towards where the other 2 are, but towards maybe another passageway that is approaching these 2 individuals. You get the impression that what's ahead, guys, is a crossroads. And these voices come from one side, but from another side, from the opposite side, there is another now set of movement. And this movement is coming straight past you guys. This is a stealth challenge for the 2 of you. You both need to succeed. If you fail, you're going to initiate a combat.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
That's a fail. Suddenly, you hear the snapping voice of an orc. And he actually calls out to you lot and says, "Oh, looks like we've got trouble here! Norfolk Gamble!" As he roars in his native tongue. You're in the dark, and you now hear the voices of these orcs. And the other 2 has a snap to attention.
Somebody get a torch lit.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's pitch dark in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a torch on you guys. I'm going to let you roll your tokens, and then I'm going to get rid of your torch again. And yes, you are right behind Pike.
The light spell as soon as I hear the noise.
Alright, I've put your tokens on. Even though you guys are quite far behind, I've put your tokens on the screen just so you can roll initiative. Alright. Right. So I put your tokens on top of each other. You guys are at the top of the steps, which is like another 30 feet. So if you guys use your movement on your turns, you can reach the bottom of the stairs, basically. Just so you're aware. But let's roll for their initiatives.
Do you want me to delete the torch?
Yes, please. Alright, so one of the orcs comes rushing around the corner and goes for an attack with its axe on Pike.
Oh no!
They can see in the dark. The 13.
That hits me.
You take 1 point of damage, but the actual force of this attack, it like wisps the side of your face. If that had hit you, it would have just took your head to clean off.
Oh no!
It now roars in your face, and you can't help but cower, Pike. Your turn.
I go invisible.
That's fine. Yeah.
And then I go back up the stairs.
That's fine.
Trying to go around Ursula.
That's fine. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll put you off the map for now. I'll put everybody else off the map actually as well. I'll put you guys over here. So yeah, you scurry back up the steps, invisible, and end your turn. As it's now your turn, Grim.
Very well. Grim would like to light a torch and go downstairs.
All right.
And that's it.
That's it.
Can I do anything else? I don't think so, right? Lighting a torch was an action?
I don't think it would be.
In that case...
but the issue is that I assume your offhand has a shield, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can't attack. Unless you want to attack with the torch. Why not, right?
Could he shield bash?
I'll allow you to, yeah, if you want to try and knock the orc prone. He's already acted, so if you knock him prone, Ursula can get advantage on him if you want to try and slam him with the shield.
I'll step forward.
Good idea, Pike.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so roll me a strength check. You're opposing the orc's mighty strength, though, so let's see if you can come out on top.
Actually, it's gonna be hard to do.
Ooh.
Oh, definitely not. With my 9 strength, definitely not.
It fails, and you knock it prone as you bonk it on the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really flabbergasted that Pike just turned invisible and like disappeared, and you just come flying up to it. And I don't think it's really your physical might. I think it's your physical weight that allows you to knock this guy over. You just slam into him with your entire body weight, and he topples over.
All right, perfect.
Do you want to reposition? Actually, I think you've got no more movement, really. I think that's probably the end of your turn.
Ursula can go around me. She's able to.
She definitely can. By saying that, there is an orc here. But this orc is going to notch an arrow and fire towards Ursula. This is your turn, Ursula.
I'm going to attack the orc that's prone with my spear.
Go for it. So you've got advantage on the attack. That hits. 5 points of damage. You just slam it straight into the side of its head. The orc dies. 1 strike.
And then, can I move after I attack?
Yep, you can do that.
And I'm gonna end my turn.
Very good. Newbert.
Newbert tries to cast light on his quarterstaff.
Alright, and that succeeds. You want to come down the steps?
Yep. Hide behind Grim.
That's fine. That's your turn. There's one final orc. This orc rushes over, sweeps with its axe at Ursula. It misses, and now shoves the other orc and points and speaks in a foreign language, but you're getting the impression that he's telling him to run and do something. That's not good. This orc has been given a task, and so he has an arrow. Will he be able to perform that task? We'll find out. Pike.
It sounds like everyone's fighting. Is there light coming from the team, or?
Two sources of light.
Okay, I'll get back into the fight. Try and see what in the world's going on. Oh, there's a lot going on. Oh dear. Could I squeeze past around that corner to the right, between Ursula and that corner there?
Sure.
Okay, so 5, 10. We'll squeeze past here and then stab at the one that Ursula's fighting.
You got to make sure you try and take this one down, because he's getting ready to bolt, just to sprint away.
Yeah, well, do I get backstab?
You are invisible, so yes, but it will break your invisibility.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just the party's in trouble, so I gotta do what
you have backstab.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh no! I hit I hit like his knee pad or something with the dagger.
Do you not have advantage when you surprise an enemy?
Yeah. Oh,
That's pretty universal for D&D, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll roll it again. Oh, even worse.
Well, if it's not, no harm, no foul, really, is it?
Yeah.
I'll look it up though. We're all learning things, aren't we?
Yeah.
Grim.
Grim's gonna approach quickly, stand beside Ursula so we can see what's on the other hallways, and Grim's gonna cast Divine Shield on himself. Actually, Shield of Fate. All right.
Shield of Fate.
18.
I posted the rolls in the chat.
Yeah, that's backstab. I'm aware of that. I'm talking about surprise, but I've just checked surprise, and yeah, you do get advantage. It is just like normal D&D.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
It does, yeah. Advantage and double damage. So I think it's cool. I do like it. I prefer it over normal like 5e sneak attack, definitely. But that goes off, Grim. You're now blessed by your patron, your god, your deity. At any of your turn.
That's it.
Uh-oh.
Don't let him get away! Oh, too late.
He's foregoing his action to dash. He bolts off, leaving the other orc to face and fight you guys. Ursula.
Good.
Would you like to dash?
Yeah, but I don't have any light over here.
You don't. You can strike a torch if you wish.
Both my hands are full.
That is true. Then I guess you can. I mean, you can run into the dark if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, I think this is like around 3 currently. I'm just gonna put the actual tracker on the screen as well, which I should have done before.
Do you just want me to move 30 feet, or are you gonna move me?
So yeah, I can move you 30 feet if you wish.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna say, Grim, I need some light over here.
You come rushing around the corner, and you actually run into a wall, just because of the angle. But you do manage to finish your movement, and you realise the orc is right next to you, and he's panting heavily. He didn't realise you were going to catch him up so quickly.
Oh, he's barking.
And it's now your turn, Nubert.
Nubert will move up. And he will attack with the quarterstaff against this orc.
Alrighty. That misses, unfortunately. The orc's got a mighty shield and it manages to negate the blow. That's the end of your turn. The orc here does continue to fight, and he is determined to bring one of you down. And after you swing at him, Nubert, he's going to swing back at you. And he misses your head. Just.
Well, we are a little short.
You are. Round 4. Very good, and you've actually got light now. Top of the round, that orc is dead. Pike, over to you.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, really worried. Really worried about Ursula, but we got this guy right in front of us, so I'm gonna try and squeeze in here and try to stab him in the back.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, I keep hitting his armor.
Yeesh. Not on that one though, which is good. He says something from this.
These orcs are so tough.
They really are. Okay, over to Grim.
Halflings, you two got this. 5, 10, 15.
Wait, you're just leaving us?
Ursula doesn't have a light, you know. 20. Which way did Ursula go? God damn it. By the way,
The door, the open door.
Okay. I was about to ask if that open door was like, okay.
Oh no, it's actually supposed to be this door that's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to see through this one, but it's not supposed to be like unlocked, I guess. But there's no setting for that.
I see. Well, pretty much 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I do not see Ursula, do I?
You have to dash.
Okay. I dash, then 5, 10, 15. There she is. 20, 25. And I'm gonna stay here so, you know, we have lights on all the corridors.
Yeah. Very good. Now this orc's turn, and realizing that you guys managed to chase him down, he now turns and he swipes at you, Ursula, with his axe. Gonna bring you down. 11.
That misses.
God, they're rolling like absolute shit. Guess he's just very surprised. But I will say, as you run down these corridors, this room here that you guys are running by, you hear a lot of noise inside, and it sounds like squeaking and scratching. Like rats. But yeah, with the orc finished with its attack, it's going to continue running, and it starts shouting, "Help! Help!" It's your turn.
I can't see the orc, but I assume it's there, so I'm gonna attempt to attack.
Disadvantage.
Ooh.
That hits. First set of damage, 1 point. You slice him in the back, but it's not enough to bring him down. Nubert.
We'll kind of run down the hall, get behind Pike, and he is going to search the area. What does this hallway look like?
Well, it's made of stone, it's stone brick. There's a door on your right. There seems to be a corridor ahead, and I'll tell you this: there is like wind kind of rushing through this corridor. You get the impression there must be some sort of like entrance in this direction or exit.
All right, I'll keep heading that way.
Oh dear.
Okay. They are running in every direction, guys. They've split the party. Anybody? Actually, it's a good question. Do I roll for random encounter checks whilst they're in an encounter, or do I not? I don't. I can't really seem to find it in the book. So, if anybody knows in the chat, let me know, because that would be very helpful.
An encounter within an encounter.
Yeah, I mean, I do my normal campaign, but that's my campaign. No. Okay, I got a no from someone. I imagine. I hope that's true. All right. Well, this orc here can obviously see in the dark, and with Nubert running off, he's now going to try and finish Pike off.
Oh no!
And that's it. And that takes you out. Roll me a d4. You can add your con modifier to this roll.
Alright, here we go. 4.
You have 4 rounds before you will die. You need to either roll a natural 20 on one of your turns, or you need somebody to stabilize or heal you. But the orcs got ya. And he kind of looks up to Nubert, then looks over towards Grim, and interestingly, runs towards Grim. So, Nubert, as you turn the corner, your light now beams out and lights up the kind of the entryway that you're coming into. And whilst you don't see anything, you now hear not one, but several orcish voices. You found their base. And they see you. Get him! And you just now hear the clamour of orcs picking up their weapons and rushing towards your position. For the sake of purpose, I'm going to put them in team initiatives, so I don't have 50 orcs to keep track of. There are quite a few of them. I think what we'll do actually is we'll put these 2, and we'll put these in 1. Now roll initiative. Huh.
Good numbers.
Very good numbers. Alrighty. Top of the round. Let's put the round 5 up here. Make it round 6. It's now over to... Where's the orc? Which orc? Oh, it's a dead one. Alright, cool. And simultaneously, Ursula, as you kind of swipe at this one down here, you know, this orc's been shouting and screaming for help. And it seems you now hear the noise of other orcs around this corner who seem to have been alerted. You get the impression maybe a small guard post of orcs. And they immediately now draw their blades, and you can't see them, but you can hear them. Natural 20, actually, on the initiatives.
Ooh.
Grim, I need some light down here.
What we need is to retreat.
10, 20, 30, an orc comes rushing around the corner. Ursulan's going to swing at you with its axe. Take a point of damage. That ends their turn. It's now Pike's turn.
Alright, so I'm rolling a d20 then?
That is correct, and if you roll a nat 20, you did not. So that's one of your rounds over.
Alright,
You're
down to 3.
You're down to 3. Grim.
Party! Regroup and retreat! And I'm gonna take just one step forward so Ursula can see what's ahead of her.
Yeah.
And... God damn it.
There are rules for retreating. I don't know if it applies to combat. But if it does, you know, regroup is what it is. It's during crawling rounds. Okay, this is combat, so this is not a crawling round.
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely cannot, you know, take all these guys on. So,
Yeah, you've literally stumbled into an orc lair right now, and whilst they seem to be spread out, you guys are running around like headless chickens, alerting them all of your of your positions. So, Grim, do you end your turn, or are you doing anything?
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Ursula.
Okay, you have the range for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do not. I'm gonna go ahead and take one more step forward then.
Is it?
And now I do.
So it's not a touch spell then.
It is not actually. I think it's close. Yeah, it's
Close.
close. Cure Wounds is
Close means within 5 feet.
Oh, 5? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
closest
okay.
touch, near is 30, and then far is within eyesight.
In that case, I was here, right? So
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
You
And
fail.
I failed. Oh
Oh,
wow.
I think this
Amazing.
might be a TPK, ladies and gents.
Yep, we definitely need to get out of here. That's it.
Surprised you ran forward. Alright, so the orcs are now beginning to rush forward. And one of them comes into view of you, Nubert. They're going to end their turn. Alright, who's next? This orc here, he now turns around, and he now gives you the biggest, toofiest smile, Ursula, as he realizes that now you guys are in trouble. He has his axe out, he swings, and he crits you. He deals 1d8, let me roll a second, 5 points of damage total. He turns around and just slams you, and honestly, the look, the expression on this orc's face, he is relishing this moment. That is the end of his turn, and he's going to hold his position. Alright, so we got some more orcs. This one's going to move forward. And moving into the edge of this corridor. Some of the orcs are not able to really do much. They're kind of scrambling to pick up their weapons and the things that they need to fight. Right now, Nubit, you're safe, but not for much longer. Ursula.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna attack the orc that just critted me as I make a retreat.
Cool. So he's toothy smile. He knows he's got you. As you just lop off his head. you lop off his head.
I stab him through the eye. I have a spear.
Oh, you have a spear. Never mind. Straight through the eye. I thought you were still using your big old sword. But albeit you now pull back and you retreat. Very good. Nubert.
Nubert runs away. And then
You stumble
he's
upon
going to
Pike.
keep running. And then he's going to look at the orc who is going this way, then look at Pike, and then he doesn't have an action to stabilize him, so he's going to drop his quarterstaff onto the ground here, and then turn invisible.
Alright. Halfling shenanigans. And with you dropping that torch, the orc turns around and he kind of cocks his head like, what's going on here? And he gives it a double take for a moment before eventually now continuing on his path. As he comes to the corner, he sees Ursula rushing towards him, and he rushes towards her. 15. That hits. And he takes you out. He like actually goes for your leg and he trips you over and you crack your head into the stonework, knocking yourself down. You can roll me a d4, add your con modifier. We'll see how many rounds you're going to be able to live for, survive for. 4 rounds. Alright, the orcs have you right where they want you, and they are continuing to press their advantage. Alright, so who's next? The initiative 20. It's these orcs here. Uh-oh. Let's make it round 7. These 3 orcs come rushing round the corner and they just slam into you, Grim. And they use their axes, but this time they realise that they've got you. They realise you're going down. So they're going to subdue you.
Oh, shit.
That hits. That hits. Nah, that one's really bad. That's the baby. That's the runt of the litter, that orc. I really did try to hit him. Shut up!
So that's 13.
Yeah,
I
you-
had 9.
You go down.
That is it.
You can roll me a d4 and add your con modifier. That and mine, Ursula, Grim, are both
Nope.
down. Nuba is the only one to still be standing. Pike, you can roll me a d20.
Nope, down to 2.
Alright. Grim, you need to mark off your hit points, buddy,
All right.
on your token. And you can roll me a d20 when you're ready. Who's the next group of orcs? Alright, it's these ones. Let's zoom out a little bit just so I can have a look. That one's dead. That's the one that you just lopped the head off of. These ones, okay. These ones are going to come bolting down the corridor, dashing to do so. Shields, side by side. And they see Pike's body on the ground, but they do not see another halfling who is currently invisible. So you need to roll me a d20. Hubert.
Alright, Newbert is going to pick up Pike.
Does that mean that he's floating?
Yeah.
You need to roll me a strength check. He is of similar weight to you, so I will make the DC not 9, so it'll be the next one, 12. You are not able to lift him. He's too heavy.
I run away.
Very good. And with that in mind, everything goes dark as you guys are taken prisoner. You wake up a time later, shackled and bound.
Oh, was I stabilized?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's you change the music. Let's go for this. Alright, so guys, we're going to take a very quick 5-minute break on the live stream as well for the players. So if you guys want to get food and drinks, you can do so. And whilst that's going on, I'm going to very, very quickly reposition the orcs and have things continue as if nothing even happened.
Okie dokie.
What I will do is I will make this disappear for now. If you guys want to use the chat, you can do so on the live stream, and I'll even bring the chat up so we can actually see what people are typing. So guys, the party have TPK'd, but the adventure is not over. They have been taken prisoner, or at least 3 of them have. One of them has not. One of them is still very much alive. At this point, you've got 2 choices, Gene. You can continue to play Nubert, and you can try to re-enter to try and save your friends. Or you can make a new character, and I'll have your new character be in a cell right next to them.
Oh, let's do a new character then.
I want you to do this character at a speed that is incredibly uncommon. You've got 10 minutes if you want to make a new character. You'd roll again. Still no 14s. You're just not able to do it, are you? There you go.
Okay.
So that's what? Con?
Oh god.
Tank?
But it
And how
doesn't
much
add
else?
con to hit points, so whoops.
Well, it does. It adds it to the first level.
Does it?
Yeah, so you'd have +3 the first for your, yeah, it does. You get your con modifier at level 1, but you don't get it every level, which is honestly such a great middle ground.
Yeah, I actually have that in something I'm working on. Okay.
Oh, rest in peace, that orc. You will be missed.
Just give me a different token. I'm a fighter. Human fighter.
I'll bring you guys back to the main screen. Pick one.
The guy who looks like he's in the bathroom.
I mean, he pretty much he may as well be, right? Right, and then just change your name as well. Roll a new name. You do that, then I can set up your stuff. At 20.
I think that's the same name I had before.
Roll again then. Well, it shouldn't be if you're a halfling. Halflings have their own like name list, unless you're playing another
No,
halfling.
I mean the human name.
Ah. Okay, well, roll another one. Do it snappy, please. Shadowdark have rules where female characters take a -2 strength for creation. No, they don't.
I'll just be Oscar.
Oscar. Okay, well, write it down.
Alright, I'm back.
Cool. Yeah, we're not ready yet. We're getting a bit delayed right now by a certain Gene. Alright. Obviously, just sort out your HP and your AC in your own time.
I have no equipment. Is that correct?
I mean, you can roll for your equipment, but you're not starting with it, right?
Is Jean making a new character?
Yes. Safe to say that Nubert just ran away. Oscar. Okay. Roll your HP as well for me. Oh. One. Very nice. Add your con modifier to that. That'll be 4.
4.
Alright. So yeah, so far so good, guys. So yeah, that was reckless, guys.
A little bit.
But fun, I'll tell you that. Very fun. Alright. So, that in mind, you all wake up a time later. And for some of you, I mean, your wounds were so horrific, right? That actually, let's go off break and put the screen back on. If we're all ready, of course. Which I assume we are. Your HP will be returned to you. Although actually, I think you need to eat a ration, don't you, to get all of your health back?
I have one. I had 3.
Yeah, but they've taken your they've taken your gear. All of your equipment, all of your treasure, everything that you've got on you, gone. That's what happens when you get captured or when you die. You lose everything. Everything you know everything you know and love. Sorry? No, you don't have to delete everything. You might have an opportunity to get that stuff back.
Alright.
I'm just gonna make a note on the next slot that I lost all above gear.
That's fine, but yeah, like I said, you might be able to get some of that stuff back. We'll see how well I can do this.
I was so close to buying chainmail.
Yeah, not anymore.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Very good. Yeah, I think everything's set up. So, you wake up a time later, and it's probably been a couple of days. You're feeling a bit worn, a bit ragged. And rather than actually starting you guys off on full hit points, I have a better idea. I'm going to have you guys roll your character's hit dice. So whatever your hit dice is for your class, you can roll that. And whatever you roll, that will be your current hit points. That's my rule of cool for this free system, because it doesn't really make sense that you guys would be at full strength as you haven't really been fed or given a lot of water.
Being a dwarf, do I get the advantage on this roll?
Yes. You know what? As a dwarf, I will give you advantage, as you are very used to these long voyages underground. Sure, why not?
And am I rolling both my hit dice, or am I just rolling one?
You're just rolling one of your hit dice, and that's going to be your current hit points. So for your character, that would be a D8, I believe, as a fighter. What you roll will be your current HP, and guys, when you get captured, it's like playing the Forest, that game with the cannibals. On the first death, or the first time you get knocked down, you end up waking up in a cave. The second time, you end up dead. I think the second time you end up really deep underground, actually. Unless you guys want to go to the Underdark today, I recommend not doing that. All right.
How
So
nice of them. They left us a torch.
2 torches have been set up, one on either side of the doorway. Actually, I think this one will probably be here. And you wake up in chains. You've each been kind of chained to the wall on your left, and you find yourself waking up in rubble and what appears to be the remains of people who've been here before you. There is fecal matter. There are actually bones here as well of food that's probably been thrown to prisoners to eat. And you realise that you are now captives of this orc society. You have no weapons. You have been stripped of your armor. Anything that they could take off you, they have taken. And they have left you with very little clothing.
This doesn't bode well.
Does not. The orcs were ruthless and they wanted all of your treasures, but for some reason they left you guys all alive. But you're awake. You're alive.
Oh no, we're gonna die, 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 we're gonna die. Pike's gonna try and wiggle his way out of his chains.
And it's worth
Make too much
mentioning
noise, buddy.
that as you start making a bit of noise, you hear a sudden... There's an orc in this room and he is currently asleep. He's snoring. And he's not far from you, Pike. You're unfortunately on the cell closest to him. He is in this vicinity here, just in the darkness. And those chains are on, well, pretty tight if you've got you're a human or a dwarf, but Pike, they're not too tight on you.
I'm gonna try and try to quietly slip out of my chains if I can.
Okay, so first things first, I want you to roll me a dex check. And because this is a stealth challenge, you have advantage being a rogue.
Are we chained to the ceiling or the wall?
The wall to your left. The chains are close to the ground, and it is specifically your ankle that is chained. The chain itself is probably about 2 or 3 feet long, which means that you're not like, you haven't got your ankle right next to the wall, but you can't really escape this pen that you're in. And it's interesting, this pen doesn't have any doors on it. Doesn't really seem to have a lot stopping you guys from escaping, but I guess the chains do enough, right? Anyway, you're pretty quiet, Pike, and you start trying to squeeze your little hairy foot out of that binding. If you'd like to roll me a... Ooh, I think it would be probably like a dex check again. Try and squeeze your little foot out. I don't know if you... Ooh. I don't know if you'd have advantage on this. You might.
It's climbing, sneaking and hiding, applying disguises, finding and disabling traps, delicate tasks such as picking pockets and opening locks.
I think a thief would know how to get out of a set of manacles. That's good.
Probably.
So I'm gonna give you advantage. You might still fail. The
Might.
DC is 13. This challenge.
Ooh.
So it takes you about a minute or so, but you manage to squeeze your little foot out from the chains, and as you now tiptoe up to the edge, you see, or maybe not there, but maybe like halfway, right? You just on the halfway between those 2 squares, you see the orc. He's snoring. You don't know where you are within this dungeon, this ruin, but you do realise that you are, apart from a bit of clothing that you've got, you have nothing. You have none of your equipment, no treasure, no gold, nothing. And as you peer around, Grim, you notice Pike is standing up. He seems to have got himself free.
I give him an enthusiastic thumbs up.
Oh dear. Well, it's obvious. Can I see the keys on the guard?
Yeah, you look at the guard, you can see he's got keys on him. They're around his neck.
Alright. Oh,
I motion for Pike to wait, and I look at the bones around me. Is there any piece of bone that's sharp and big enough that Pike could use as a dagger, if he needs to?
Yes, there is a what appears to be like a femur next to you. It could probably be sharpened and made into a improvised weapon.
I offer it to Pike just by motioning in case he's interested. Worst case scenario, you know.
It would need sharpening.
It's up to you, Pike.
Remember, guys, this is an open system, so you need to use your creativity, your ingenuity to overcome these challenges. And if you fail, the orc could wake up and just kill you if he wanted to.
Yeah. Something's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, if there's a femur there that would work as a club, then I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, you can bonk him
Yeah, could bonk him.
if you need to.
Yeah, if you need to. Better to have it than not have it. And then I'm gonna get a closer look. Is it like a chain around his neck, or is it like a thong that's tied at the back of his neck?
So yeah, it is a chain, and the key is attached. And it's not just one key, there are 2 keys. So you would need to do 2 checks to get both of these keys if you wanted both.
I'm gonna see. Maybe my tools are nearby. Maybe.
No, there's nothing in this room that you guys had. You get the impression that that's probably been tucked away somewhere.
Can I
Oh,
search
man.
the little area to see if there's like a sharp stick or anything?
Yeah, and you look around and you see there's a lot of rubble, and yes, you are able to find a sharp stick.
Alright, I tuck it away.
I will say, guys, just for reference of purpose, these are not going to be D4 damage weapons. You'll be lucky to get 1 point of damage out of it.
Makes sense.
Maybe a D4 with disadvantage, right? So you're more likely to get like minimum than maximum. I think that's probably a fairer way than just saying 1, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll for a random encounter, please, Pike.
Yeah.
Just because time is going by here.
Yeah.
And
Kinda
a
have
random
to.
encounter could just be orcs walk in, right? And that's
Yeah.
that's not particularly good.
No, not for me. Alright, well, gotta go for it. I'm gonna try and sneak up to the orc, try and get a good angle on his head, and try and get the necklace off of him.
Right, so you tiptoe up, and you can roll me a dex check. You have advantage. This is pickpocketing.
Yep. Here we go.
The DC is higher. So you managed to take one of the keys off. The other key is now it's a little bit more tucked away. It's kind of under his armor. You realise that you're actually going to have to lift the armor slightly away from his actual flesh, reach into between the armor and his skin, and you're gonna have to pull it out. So it's basically like tucked between his cleavage right now. This other key, unless it's going to be a higher DC. You do have one of the keys.
Let's try and find the others and see if this key will work on their chains. So we're gonna go down the lane. Oh, here he is. And then we'll try to see if this key will work on his chains.
Easy
Okay.
there.
You put the key in, and after kind of fiddling it around, it clicks, and Grim is free. Roll me another stealth check, Pike, as you're doing that.
Yep.
Just because any loud noise might set off the orc. Yeah, he's still he kind of still asleep.
Thank goodness. Orcs are such hard sleepers, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and then gotta keep going with that key. Oh, here's Ursula. Try to unlock her thing.
Yeah, go for it. As you click it, and she's free as well.
Okay.
Another check as well.
Yep.
Oh, the 11 would have been a fail. That 22 is good.
Okay, and then see if there's anyone else here.
Yeah, you see a man, he's kind of sitting in the dark, down on his luck.
Oh, I'm just gonna go quiet, and then I'll try to free him as well.
Alrighty. And yeah, you do. You got the right key. I rolled a D2 for the keys, and you've got the one that unlocks the prisoners.
Okay, and then you want another stealth check for that, right?
Yeah, but each one that you're doing, it's another stealth check.
Nope, that that one. I guess that one was a little loud.
It was, but you are far away at this point, and because of that, the DC was dropped to.
Okay.
So it was 13. So it'd be 12. So it'd be down to 9 now, right?
Okay.
So 9 to 11 to succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, because it makes sense within 30 feet that the DC would be a bit higher, but outside of that, it obviously goes down, right?
All right. So I've got the key to the prisoners, but that probably means that the key to the door is on this dude. So I'm just gonna guide everyone towards this orc.
Can we move?
You may move, but if you guys are walking, you're each going to need to make me a stealth check now.
I'd rather wait for Pike to do whatever he needs done before I move.
Then say completely still, Grim. If you don't
Will
want
do.
to take any risk, think about it like a real life situation. If you scramble up to your feet, that might be enough noise to wake the orc up. If you're afraid of waking him up, stay still. If you want to keep moving forward, you can do so, and you can roll a check. That completely put you guys in your place as well, didn't it? You're like, ooh, I guess we don't want to do that then. I will have another random encounter check. This time I will have Grim roll it. Roll a d6.
Okay, it's a D6.
Yeah,
alright.
anything but a 1. Oh. Oof. Alright, feel free to continue.
Okay. So it's either try to move the armor in order to get the key, or try to use the chain to choke him out. I don't have the strength for that, though.
You
I'm
try
gonna
and hit him with a club, but
I don't have the strength for that either.
you still got to hit him. Yeah. He's wearing
We're
pretty
supposed to
heavy
be
armor.
stealthy.
If Ursula walks up, she might alert the orc, and if the orc wakes up and he gets his initiative turn before you, you know what he's going to do, guys? He's going to scream.
Okay.
If he screams, this session's over.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm gonna try and go for the second key. We're gonna try and carefully move the armor just enough to like ease it out, maybe, hopefully.
Alright, first thing is a stealth check. That will be the first thing we need with advantage. That is a natural 20, so you are absolutely fine. This is the big one now, the sleight of hand check. This is where what it all comes down to.
Yep. Oh.
As you
I guess
reach, into the orc's cleavage to pull out this key, his eyes suddenly open. I need you guys to roll initiative, please. Oh, has the orc got you guys? Does he have you? He does not. He wakes up and suddenly grabs hold of your arm. You immediately try and pull back in a panic, but the orc overpowers you. Ursula, it's your turn.
What weapon does the orc have on him?
He has a axe to his side, which is still kind of in its sling, right? In its holdings. And this one doesn't actually have a bow, so yeah, it would just be the axe on his belt.
I didn't even think to take the axe. Oh my god, I'm a bad rogue.
It's an open system, right? So it's all about thinking, right? Maybe I should have told you. I think it would probably be on the other side of him, right next to the wall.
Well, I was focused on the key, so it just
makes sense. Tunnel vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move up to the orc, draw the axe out of the ring, and then like try to chop him in the face with it.
Alright, if you want to try and grab hold of that axe, I want you to make me a dex check to try and pull it from him. If it was just on the floor, you'd be able to pick it up, but because it's on his person, this does actually require a check.
Do I have advantage since he's sitting down and he's also engaged with?
I'd say you would have advantage if he wasn't aware, but you do not have advantage, unfortunately. 11. You try and grab hold of the dagger, and he now turns and just nuts you square in the face. You do not get his axe.
That'll be my turn then.
Oscar.
No
The
pressure.
rescued prisoner kind of hurriedly steps up and right to the orc's side. He's going to reach for that chain that Pike was looking at earlier. And he's going to grab it and try and choke out this guy.
Cool. Make a strength check. You're going to oppose the orc.
I have advantage.
Very cool. You wrap the chain around the orc's neck and you begin to choke him violently. He gargles and squawks as the life begins to leave his body. His eyes bulge. And because you are choking him, he's not able to yell for help. Who knows how close other orcs are in this area. On his turn, he is going to try and break this grapple. I want you to roll again. You do have advantage. And he's not able to do so. That's his turn. Pike.
Okay. He's struggling. He's trying to break out of the grapple. I'm gonna try and maybe restrain one of his arms if I can, just to try to keep him from breaking out of the grapple.
He's starting to. He's reaching for his axe right now. He's trying to get it out, and he looks like he's just going to swing right at Ursula's head on his next turn.
In that case, I'll try to nick his axe then.
Yeah, you can just pick. You've got advantage on the dex check, being a thief. You grab hold of the axe. You're now wielding the axe.
And then I fall over as it's like a great axe, right? Or is it more of like a hatchet?
I'd say it's more like a battle axe, right?
Oh,
It's a great axe. It's a great axe for you, right?
Yeah. All right, so I've got the axe, and I try to keep. I'm gonna play keep away.
So you scurry away with the axe, and he just yells out, but obviously very very much dulled by the fact that he's being choked. Wants that axe back. Grim, it's your turn.
Alright, Grim's gonna walk 10 feet forward. Okay, now he can see what's going on.
Oh yeah, it is carnage. This orc is fighting for his life, and so are you guys at this point.
Very well. 15, 20, 25. Is a chain pike went the other way? Otherwise, I will grab the axe. Well, I'm just gonna hold on to him, help Oscar hold on to him, make sure he can't act while Ursula ends him.
Yeah, roll a grapple as you guys are all just dogpiling this orc guardsman who has not rolled above a 10 on any of these checks. Sorry?
Would it be a strength check?
It would be, yeah. It would be a strength check. Anything to do with grappling offensively would be a strength check. So you run up to him, you basically wrap your arms around him, bear hug, and with one of his arms, he gets you kind of under his armpit. So he's actually grappling you right now, whilst Oscar is choking him out. He's managed to switch it around on the nat one, so you're currently grappled by the orc, and Oscar is strangling this orc to death. Absolute carnage. Ursula.
So as Pike is moving by me, I want to rip the axe out of his hand.
I will let her do so.
Yeah, you take the axe from Pike.
And then I'm going to bury it in the orc's face.
Cool. I'd say with what's kind of going on right now, this might not be the normal rules, but I'm going to allow it. You have advantage on this attack. He's not able to defend himself. But despite that, it does miss. So I guess he just like brings up one of his boots and he just kicks you with the heel of his foot.
I get a +1 or 2 to that.
Do you? From what?
I have +1 on melee and ranged attacks.
Oh, okay. So, it still does miss. He's got an AC of 15. Well, I guess it would be 13 actually, because he's not wielding his shield. So, but that still does miss, unfortunately. Alright, Oscar. You're going to roll me another, if you want to, unless you want to do something different. If you want to continue to apply pressure, you're going to roll another strength check. And if you beat him, you'll actually have a chance of knocking him unconscious. Yeah, that's a natural 1. I'm going to roll a con save. For the orc, it's a d20. And as he's rolled a natural 1, I'll roll with disadvantage. 2. With that in mind, the orc's eyes close. You knock him unconscious. He's out.
The man whispers his name. I must. Thank you for saving me.
Thank you. Okay. Alright. Were you still in initiative?
You are still in initiative. This is a good situation to be in initiative, I would say. So, but it is your turn next, Pike.
Okay. We don't have any of our gear, which means we need to grab one of these torches. How high up is this torch?
It's if you go on your tippy toes, you can reach it.
Okay, we'll reach up, grab that torch, and then yeah. Okay. So now that I have this torch here, is this okay? Looks like this might be a way out, or maybe to the north.
You hear some
That's all mine.
You hear some noise from a room to the right of you. Sounds like it's in this direction.
Oh dear, yeah, that's probably bad news bears. So we don't want to go that way. That's all my movement though. So
Yes, that's your turn, Grim.
All right, I want to look at all my companions and try to gauge how hurt they are. Pretty much, I want to see, how much health points each one has.
Ursula looks rough.
All right, I'm gonna cast healing on Ursula.
Okay.
Cure wounds. Please don't fail.
You've got it.
Okay, got it. I thought it was supposed to be just one. 1d6, yeah.
You're level 2.
Is it 2d6? Very well.
You're a level 2. You're a level 2 cleric, so it's 2d6. That's 5 hit
Perfect.
points. Fantastic. Good job. Anything
That's it.
else?
That is it.
Okay, it's
Start
round 9.
preparing to heal everybody else in
With
the
it-
future.
With it being round 9, I would like Oscar to roll a d6, please. Roll another d6.
Here we go.
I believe that's the same number you rolled last time. So suddenly you now start hearing movement, Pike, from the room on the right. As 2 orcs
no.
now get up and begin moving together as if perhaps going on a patrol. They end their turn nearby, but they are getting quite close to you. You realise,
try to hold up the number 2 to my party.
yeah, you realise, guys, that you need to do something now, and what that is, it's up to you guys. But this is a challenge, I guess. They don't know that you guys have escaped yet, but they will if they see you guys where you are now. Ursula.
I'm gonna dither and just wait for somebody else to come up with something.
You're running out of time. You have to do something now. You haven't
Why
got
don't you
time.
finish up this orc?
He's still got the key on him. Take the key.
All right, I'll take the key then.
Okay, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to move? The orcs are approaching from the room where Pike is next to. Right, this room here. The arrow leads.
I mean, I can step ahead, but then I can't see anything else.
That is correct. Right, you want to stay there?
Yeah.
Alright, Oscar.
Oscar is going to pick up the unconscious orc.
Yeah. I'd say roll a strength check for that.
Okay.
You succeed. You pick him up. Where do you want to put him?
He's going to begin moving this way.
Okay, so you are moving at half speed. You do begin moving the orc, assumedly using him as some sort of human shield.
Over your shoulder.
Ah, okay. Pike.
Time to go. Trying to be sneaky while I'm moving. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello,
Alrighty.
roll 20. Roll 20. Do we have an issue here to roll 20? Oh, it keeps trying to. It keeps wanting to do the. There we go. It keeps wanting to do both torches. 10, 15, 20, 25, just to give everyone some light.
You
And
can, you can dash if you wish.
You should do it.
All right. 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh. Pike immediately stops and holds up a number 1 because you can see someone around that corner.
Roll me a self check. This is standard, by the way.
Yeah.
Reason being that you've got light, and they don't have any light, so
Sorry, then it would be just be a 12.
it would be just a 12. But that still is a success. So you do manage to see orcs, but they don't seem to have noticed you. They both seem to be conscious, but they seem to be playing a game of chance. They're using some dice, rolling some dice right now. You kind of stop the party, and you realise that you're actually pincered, unknowingly pincered, because the orcs on either side don't know that you're doing what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. Pike will point towards the right to have everyone try to sneak that way. Try to sneak to the right and just kind of not alert them.
I'm gonna roll the initiative for these orcs. 2. Very good. This is round 10. Ursula, it's your turn. You come to the front, and I'm going to need you to roll me a stealth check, a dex check, as you kind of dart around that corner. You're trying to beat a 9. You've got it. Ooh. You sneak around the corner, but you realise that you're going into darkness. You can move forward into the darkness, and
Well, she probably could have grabbed my torch.
she could have, yeah.
No, I'm just gonna stay here because I can't see.
Be aware that those orcs are there, and you're very much out in the open. It'd probably be better to be like there, right, on the other side.
Okay, yeah, I see what
Like,
you're saying.
put your back
I'll,
against the wall.
I'll actually step into the darkness a little bit just so that they can't see me.
Well, they can see in the dark, so being in darkness isn't gonna help you, but being behind cover will, right? But I think that's
Okay.
I think that's a good angle, though. I think that's a good angle that you've picked. Oscar.
Oscar will kind of look at the situation, and then he's going to start moving back.
Uh-oh.
Motions for Grim to go on ahead. He's still carrying the orc.
Oh yeah, the fucking gets dragged back. They could purpose. I'll put the orc in front. There we go. Alright. Pike.
Okay, here we go. It's gonna. Oh wait, that's the. Hang on. There we go. I'm gonna try and ease around that corner as slowly as I can. Hopefully not.
Roll me another dex check.
Tip them off.
Standard. 12. Yeah, the orcs are just fucking rolling dice right now, but completely blissfully unaware of your presence.
Okay. Okay.
It's only
Come
because
on.
you're a thief that you're getting away with this as well.
I know. And it's just duck behind this way. I don't know what's on the other side of that door. We're gonna close that door.
Okay, so this door is always open, and the reason why is because it's a
okay.
portcullis.
Oh, okay.
And it's a closed portcullis, so you are safe. But you look inside, and you can see almost a dozen rats in there, massive rats, and they're eating raw flesh right now that's been thrown in.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm safe here for now, but I also see stairs. Does that set of stairs go up or down?
They look very familiar. These are the steps that you came down in order to get down here in the first place. You go to the top of those stairs, you're home free. But you have no. But remember, guys, you've lost everything.
I still have my life.
You do have your life, and that is worth something. Grim, it's your turn.
Very well. I look at Oscar. Thank you, stranger. And I take a step forward. 10. Oh, it's too dark in here. Oh, no, there's light over there.
There's
15.
a tiny bit of light.
20.
Yep.
25.
Yep.
30.
Yep.
And as an action, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself. All right.
Yep. That's fine.
Right.
I need you to roll me a stealth check as well.
Will do, and I failed as.
Oh my god, you guys keep succeeding on these stealth checks, and the DC's 9. That's very easy to fail if you haven't got good decks. But you're staying at the edge of this corridor, and even though you can't perfectly see the orcs, you can see the edge of one of them. Actually, both of them, I guess. You can see just a part of them, and they seem to be none the wiser, laughing and chuckling. They must be a bit drunk with how they're behaving at the moment. These two orcs now wander into the room. And Oscar, I'd like you to roll me a dex check with disadvantage to see if they just if they spot you straight away, or if they, like, I don't know, walk into the room and look to the southern side or not. Disadvantage. So they come into the room and they spot you, and they spot that you've got one of their brothers-in-arms over your shoulder. And immediately, guys, you now hear the rackets of orc language. And as soon as they start shouting, these orcs over here snap their heads around as well. Now you've got to run.
Oh no.
I want you guys to click on your tokens if you can. Roll initiative.
Come on, one good initiative the whole day. Woo-hoo-hoo!
They rolled a 1. The orcs by the stairs. And these ones as well. 11. Alright, guys. Grim, you've got the initiative.
All right. Well, no one has made noise yet, right? That means the guys up ahead, over here, they are unaware.
Oh no, they are.
Right?
They are. The orcs on the southern side have just shouted and screamed down the corridor. The sound ripples past you, and the two orcs here who have been playing dice now snap their heads around, and they roar in your faces.
Time to run.
Nice. I will valiantly dash. 5.
Yep.
10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35.
And
I
up,
guess I made
and
it,
up,
right?
and up you go.
Yep. Actually, yep. That's it.
Begin scurrying up the steps as these two orcs now rush in to execute Gene's new character. $15, you take... Oh, does that hit? Yeah, it does. 1 point of damage. The other one misses you! It goes for your throat with this swing, and you arc your body back so it just misses. But you are moments away from your demise, unless you change your strategy quick. They end their turn. Pike.
Okay, Pike's gonna go to these stairs here and just wave his torch so that Ursula knows where to go, and then just tries to make sure that Ursula can see him as he tries to go up the stairs.
Leave the
so
torch.
That she doesn't...
Leave the torch.
yeah, we could leave the torch, yeah. And then bug out.
Brilliant. Ursula.
I'm gonna move down, and I'm gonna guard where the stairs are, so that the rest of the group can get away, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Oscar.
Oscar throws the orc off of his shoulder and then dashes for the torch, trying to grab.
Yeah, you grab the torch.
And he's going to run this way. He dash?
He can.
Okay. He gets there.
Alright. I see, you're like at the bottom of the stairs, like defending the party, is that correct?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to pass.
What they have. The only person who hasn't is the new guy, and he's fucking bolting in the opposite direction.
Yeah, it might be time to bail out, Ursula.
These two orcs are now rushing up to you. And they're going for an attack each. That's a natural one. Do nat ones! They literally just run into each other and both fall prone.
Perfect.
What's the likelihood of that happening?
Like, lucky stars.
That is beyond lucky, because that was a
Mastering
mistake staying behind then. Round 12. Grim, you find yourself now at the top of the steps. You're shouting down for Ursula to hurry up before she meets her maker. Is there anything
Can I
you want
shout
to
one
do?
more thing?
Yeah?
Alright. I just, whatever you do, leave the torch so the other guy can maybe find his way here, you know, and come up.
Not hearing the urgency in your voice, Grim. This is life or death.
I'm so sorry. Leave the torch for the other guy! Come on up, let's go!
Very good. I'll give you a fate dice for that, so you've got inspiration.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the Orcs 11. They are going to pursue you, Oscar, as you can probably imagine. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. This one shouts down to the south. Something in his language, and another orc now starts scurrying down the corridor. He's going to dash, and he's wielding a bow. And he's going to give the bow to this one, who then notches an arrow, pulls back, and very much like in Lord of the Rings, when Boromir valiantly stands off against the orcs, this orc pulls back on his bow and fires a shot towards Oscar. And it misses, for once, for a change, as it flies by, the first of many arrows, I imagine. The other one will dash. Try and block your way moving forward.
So as the orc is falling, I'm gonna try to bury the axe in its skull before I retreat. Do I have advantage?
Sure. Very good. So yeah, you just execute one of the orcs. And you head up.
Yeah, and then I dip.
Then you dip. So with that in mind, the three of you now scurry to the surface and begin making your escapes. Oscar, you on the other hand find yourself in a very sticky situation. What would you like to do?
Oscar bites down on his torch to have a free hand,
Just like in the picture.
and he's going to run back this way and try the bow.
You try and take the bow.
Yep.
Right, yeah, make me a strength check.
That is a nat 20.
Yeah, you take the bow.
He's gonna keep running with it. I assume that was an action.
Yes.
That's his turn.
Alright, I need a minute. My partner's literally at the front door. She's forgot her keys and she's just got home. So just give me one moment and we'll wrap this up, alright? Yeah, the orc's barking, right? Be a sec, guys.
Oh man, Gene, I hope you make it out, man. I can really see what's going on since, you know, I'm out.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, so do you keep moving or not?
That was all my movement.
I use all your movement, alright. Alright, we need to find out what's actually going to happen to you, so... The orcs... Actually, the orc who is still alive, that Ursula didn't finish off, he gets back to his feet, but he doesn't pursue. Instead, he just starts shouting and screaming. And you realise, guys, that all the other orcs in this place are probably aware at this point of what's going on, and you're likely to be pursued. The orcs are in the south. There are 2 of them. 3 of them actually total. 10, 20, 30. This one can't get into melee. But the 2 who can, both going to use their axes against you. 13.
That'll hit. He's dead.
With that in mind, this time it's for real. And he goes for a hack as Oscar goes down. That in mind, you fade from this world. You can roll me a couple of d20s if you want to see if you roll on that 20, but I think you're as good as toast. Alright. So, the 3 of you now find yourselves on the surface. And as you look back, you see a collection of orcs now at the bottom of the steps. And they point up as you guys sprint away. What do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go? Do you want to try and make your way back to town? Do you want to try and hide somewhere in the countryside?
Um.
Want to go back to those ruins?
Go back to town. We should probably go back to town.
Probably going. Well. Yeah, we need to get back to town as soon as possible.
How far is town? A day? 2 days?
It will take you probably about half a day to get back to town, and it's the middle of the night right now. So you will have to strike a torch. There's going to be a lot of random encounter opportunity.
Ooh, then we should probably hide somewhere.
Yeah, let's try and find a place to hide. Maybe the ruins.
All right, so
Maybe we can even grab some of the goblins' weapons. You know, better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, we did leave all that stuff there, so maybe it's still there. Maybe, hopefully.
you want to wait. So you want to make yourself your way back to those ruins, or do you just want to try and find some cave or some hidey hole nearby?
What do you think, Ursula?
I think we should make it back to the ruins. I think we'll be able to better defend ourselves there.
All right, ruins it is.
Alrighty, I want each of you guys to make me a wisdom check to retrace your steps. Use your survival ingenuity.
Very well.
I think
instead of a
wisdom.
barbarian,
A
you know,
barbarian?
I'm very much used to the plains and the mountains, so I want to use the stars to direct myself.
Give you advantage.
Very well.
I'd also
How
give.
do I select a token that I cannot see?
We're on the
Oh,
main
yeah,
screen. Grim's.
Found it. Yep.
He's big and he's in the middle.
One. And advantage. Okay, both are 19s.
So it's fair to say, Grim, you carry the party, and you guys now begin making your way back. It does take a couple of hours to get back, which means for every hour in the dark, in a dangerous region, and you know you're being pursued by these orcs, right? I'm gonna have Ursula and Pike each roll a d6. On a 1, you're gonna fight something. Oh.
Yes.
You guys make it back to the ruins, but you are heavily out of breath. The ruins are as they were. The orc remains are still very much where they were before. No animals or creatures have come across them yet. But albeit, you look back and you see off in the distance the flickering of movement as you realise the orcs are still pursuing you. They've been following your tracks.
Alright,
Search for
Pike
weapons,
is going to
quick.
try and find a short bow and some arrows and try and find a place to hide, maybe as high up as he can to get a good vantage point.
Pike, if they make it here, we are done. It doesn't matter how well equipped or how good our tactics are. We are done.
Alright guys, get yourselves positioned, because they're going to be approaching from the north. And for the sake of purpose, I will have the orcs on the edge of the map, but they will be off the map, if you get what I'm saying. They will be like a couple of turns from their position, so you'll have some free shots at them. But they can return fire, the ones who have bows.
Can I equip myself with one of the goblin bows?
Yes, so the goblins have bows, and they have clubs as well. So you may wield them at your will.
Does any of them have a shield? I believe not, right?
I can double check that for you. Give me a second.
All right. Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a club and a bow as well.
Bows use dex modifier, right?
Correct. No, goblins only have clubs, no shields.
Very well.
It makes sense. It makes sense because they switch between their club and short bow, don't they? Yeah, the short bow. The short bow is a. I don't know if it's any different when you wield it, but for the goblins, it's a D4.
For us, is a D4 too. It seems.
Okay, so a short bow is weaker in this system, which I don't mind. So yeah, guys, make that reference if you need to on your macro, or you can just roll by typing it into the chat. It doesn't really bother me. But you are being pursued. And we're going to roll for how many orcs you're going to have to face off against, guys.
Ursula, why are we apart?
And you're going to... Be aware, guys, they are all going to approach from the north, not the south. That's where Ursula is. We're saying that this is actually higher ground, so you could probably shoot over Ursula, couldn't you? Food for thought. Feel free to position yourselves, and we will have... We'll have Grim roll this. Grim, I want you to roll me 2d6. The amount of orcs you're going to have to face off against.
2d6, alright.
2d6. There's more than that in that lair.
Here we go.
7.
7.
7 orcs.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Alright, one moment. I'm going to bring a couple of orcs to the screen and I'm going to start popping them down. The big issue, guys, is you can't really see them on their approach. Actually, it's been a couple of hours, so I think the sun is starting to go up.
Let me see if my macro is working.
What I'm going to say is your range attacks against them, unless you can get light on them, are going to be at disadvantage. And the reason why is because you can barely see them. Okay?
Sounds perfectly
reasonable. Yeah, it's just before dawn. Okay, and how many is it? 7 you rolled?
Yes, 7 I rolled.
Alright. That's the threat that you guys are facing today. So with them being, relatively speaking, about 120 feet, it's going to take them 2 turns to be in their position there. A couple of these boys do have bows, and I will mark the ones that have bows with a plus sign on their tokens. Okay, the others are all melee. But guys can click on your tokens and roll initiative for the last fight of the night. As you desperately try to escape these orcs who pursue you. Who knows what they're going to do to you if they get hold of you again. Either death or a fate worse than death. Captivity. Alright, let's roll for them then. Right, I am on the Goblin sheet for some reason, so let me switch to the Orc. Let's roll their initiatives. We'll put them into teams. Otherwise, there's going to be too many initiatives. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the orcs now start rushing forward, and this one is going to... Oh, actually, I don't think he can really see you guys very well from your position, so he's just going to run forward, he's going to dash forward. Grim, what do you want to do?
I want to shoot number 3 that has a bow.
Cool.
Ugh.
Disadvantage as well.
Oh, I see. Let me do it again.
Misses. Barely misses. Got an AC of 13 when wielding his bow. That 12 just zips by his head. Pike.
Alright, Pike's gonna shoot at bow carrier number 1.
Alright, you're looking for a 13.
Alright. There's probably no way to do it from hiding either, so yeah.
You can dip in and out. You can dip in out of cover, can't you? But you are quite high up.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a little hard to strike unseen from here. So yeah, so disadvantage.
13 hits. 4 points of damage as you kill one of the bow carriers. Impressive. Hits him right in the neck, and he just topples over to the ground.
Nice spike.
Alright, I'm gonna try and back off a little bit. Maybe, hopefully, use the lip to protect me.
I'm gonna fire at the other bow user.
Okay. Disadvantage from you as well. None of you guys have dark vision, and these are monsters that you're fighting against. Unfortunately, that misses. Alright. Now top it around, and the orcs now dash again, and now they're in position. So on the 3rd round, they actually are going to be moving, guys. Grim.
Alright, I'm gonna do what I should have done before. I'm gonna cast on myself. Protection from evil.
Alrighty, you're looking for yeah, you
11,
got it.
I made it.
You got it.
Yep. Alright. They roll with a disadvantage against me.
They do on any attack, isn't it? It's not
Yep.
just melee.
Nah, any attack.
Any attack. Very nice. You happy with your position?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna block the stairs.
Alright, cool. You want to step down on the steps like there? That would be properly blocking.
Alright.
Alright, Pike.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna move up to the edge, and then the other bow carrier, I'm gonna shoot at him.
Okay. Disadvantage. Oh my god, the man, the myth. It's the first... Oh, yes, it'd be a 13, but we will take the first damage dice. That's 2 points. And he's still standing.
Alrighty.
Alright, the orcs can need to rush forward. One of the twos picks up the bow of one of the ones that died, and now he has a bow. But he does dash, so he doesn't fire it this round.
So did Pike kill one of them or not right now?
No, he just injured. He injured number 3 with the plus.
Damn shame.
Well, it makes it easier
I'm
for
gonna
you guys now.
I'm gonna fire at the bow user that's already wounded.
Yep. That's number 3. Oh! Oh, unlucky. And now, the orcs get to act. This orc's going to scurry up. He's going to dash. He's going to get behind this statue. He's using it for cover against Ursula and Grim. Your turn, Grim.
Alright, I'm gonna cast myself Shield of Fate.
Uh,
Actually, first I'm gonna do the focus for protection from evil.
Yep, that's true. It does. You succeed.
I succeed. Alright. Then I cast Shield of Fate. And I succeed as well. My AC goes up to 13.
Very cool. And that little clock I've put on you, that represents concentration in my campaigns.
Perfect.
That will allow you to remember that you've got to do something when it's your turn.
Alright.
Alright, good stuff. So you've got a +2 to your AC, and they also have disadvantage. You have made yourself into a very difficult to hit punching bag. Pike, over to you.
Alrighty then. Gotta attack the closest guy to here. So, is it still disadvantage?
At this point, of how close it is, no.
Okay, here we go. Gonna shoot him. Oh no!
Oh.
It's a nat 1. Is there any reference to what happens on a nat 1 for a critical fail for any martial, or is it just my distinction? I think it's just my distinction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to say, for the sake of purpose, that your bowstring comes off. You can reapply it,
Okay.
but it will require a dex check. DC 12.
All right.
You
Let's.
can do it as a free
roll it
action.
now?
You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it as a free action, but you're going to do it once. So yeah, you
Okay.
you just managed to put it back on, but you can imagine not everybody will succeed on that.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
So you strap the bowstring back on as it comes loose, and it must be the shoddy nature of this bow, but it seems it's still going to work for now.
For now.
For now.
And duck
That's
back.
it. That's you done, innit? This orc scurries up. Gonna end his turn. Bit confused why there are goblins here as he walks by. Like, This one's gonna move here. And he's gonna stick his head out. Fire a shot up at Pike. I'm gonna give you a +2 to your AC, Pike, if you've got a little bit of cover. It misses. Ooh. I guess it hits the brick wall. He doesn't aim high enough. The orc's gonna end his turn. The orcs are now in full form as they... Oh, well, this one actually got to move as well. So I have this one kind of... they're doing like proper tactics right now. This one's kind of kneeling down. He's made himself prone, so he's more difficult to hit. It's only 5 feet high, right? So you'd be able to shoot him on the top of his head. He kneels down to make himself less of a target. As these two now rush forward. This one holds his shield up, protecting the one behind. The one behind's going to step to the right. Fire a shot at Ursula, and then step back behind his brother-in-arms. And that one, I think he clips his ally in the side. That shot. The orc now turns around, confused, and they have a little bit of a brawl, and now neither of them are defended.
Great.
Orcs are silly. They have tactical ideas, but they don't employ them necessarily perfectly. Hobgoblins are better in that regard, I would say. But Ursula, it's your turn.
Seeing as those orcs are squabbling, I'm gonna fire at this one right here.
Go for it. Yeah, it's 1 point of damage. Alright, it's now over to Orcs of Team 1. Do you jump down? 'Cause that's a 10-foot drop.
Oh, I thought these were steps.
I remember saying before that it was it's a bridge.
Oh, it's a bridge?
Yeah, you can run to the other side. That's how Pike got there. If you want to stay up there, you can, but you have to jump down if you want to jump down, and if you want to jump down, it's a dex check. Okay.
I'll move there.
Yeah, this Orc's managed to make it, so he's now going to rush up to you, and with his axe, he's going to try and bury it in you. He has 2 points of damage against you, Ursula. They're roaring and screaming as they swing their weapons. This is like to the death in their eyes. And if they take any of you prisoner, then that's just a bonus. I imagine they feel disrespected that you guys managed to foil them so easily and escape from their dungeons. But I guess that's what happens when you leave your dungeon so close to the fucking exit, right? It's your turn, Grim.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at... Actually, I'm gonna keep my Protection from Evil going. And I do.
You do.
Yep.
You're very hard to
And
hit
I'm
at the
gonna
moment.
Yep, and I'm gonna shoot at number 4.
You pull back on that little flimsy short bow and you hope that it holds as you
Don't
fire.
break. Ooh!
And you aim at number 4 and you hit him right in the chest. And it's enough. Another orc is down. They're starting to drop, guys, but you are running out of time as they approach and get closer and closer. Pike, it's over to you, buddy.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah.
Pop out and shoot this guy right here.
As he roars in Ursula's face, you pull back on your bow and you just aim for the back of his head.
Do I get advantage?
No.
Okay, damn.
You would need to be hidden, right?
Yeah, I would need to be hit. Oh!
The 11 does
Almost.
miss. It's also worth mentioning if they don't have the plus sign, that means they've got their shields equipped, so they have an AC of 15.
Oh man.
They are hard to hit.
Alright, gonna duck back over here.
So it whizzes by his head and he now turns where the arrow came from and he realises there's a little pesky halfling trying to shoot him.
Yes, please ignore the pesky halfling.
Alright, so both 4s are dead now. Congrats, guys. Oh, it was just 1 4 actually, wasn't it? My bad. But he's dead. But now the orcs on the left press up. This one's going to stand up. I don't know if it's like half movement to stand up. Sake of purpose, I'm going to say it is because I like that tactical consideration. This one's going to move up to the statue, use it as cover. This one's got a bow, right? So he's going to... Oh, he can't really see you because you're so short. He's going to end his turn there, not really having a good shot on anybody. He could try and shoot Ursula, but it would be very difficult with his throwing arms in the way. And now the freeze come in, and these guys are wanting blood. And, you know, not half of them have died yet. Once half of them die, guys, I'll do a morale check. But only 2 of them have died, and there's 7 of them. So you'd need 4 of them to die for me to roll a check. This orc's going to rush up and go for a swing on Grim with disadvantage.
Alright.
And it misses as you use your shield very gracefully. Negate that blow. This one comes up and fires a shot towards Ursula. And it's a perfect shot. But it hits the wall behind you. It manages to miss you. And it's now your turn, Ursula. Surrounded by orcs.
I'm gonna swing at the one that attacked me.
So the one on the left?
Yeah.
So you just sweep back and you just go for the most fierce strike that you can. You realise you need to put all of your energy into this. If you don't, you're gonna die. And it's a miss as he brings his shield up. You're so tired. You've been running for hours, and these orcs don't seem to get tired. And you know what? That orc, he's gonna pursue you. And he hits you, dealing 2 points of damage. You get the impression it's personal for some of these orcs. He might have killed their brothers or cousins, maybe sisters. Who knows? Now they want to kill you. What a way to end the session, guys. Grim.
Grim's gonna take a step back. He's gonna keep protection from evil going. Yes, he will. Absolutely.
Oh my god, this man. This is the second session in a row where you've just non-stop succeeded on these spell checks.
It's a perma buff. And I'm gonna shoot at the orc right in front of me with a short bow.
Some say Grim never he never has that bonus. You know, he's always got it on, even when he's asleep. That short bow hits, and it's the one right in front of you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you just hit him square in the head, and he dies.
Booyah.
So that's 3 of them dead now. You need 1 more to initiate a morale check. This is getting really exciting. Pike.
Let's go, Pike!
Alright. Go up here, try to kill him. The one with the bow.
Yeah, he's not in cover either. Now with his little buddy gone. You pull back on your bow and you fire. Let's hope that bow can hold. It just misses! And he's got a lower AC of 13, this one. Doesn't actually say it on the screen, but I'm aware. I'm aware of what their ACs are, even if it doesn't say it on the screen, guys.
Oh, man. Just having a hard time hitting. Duck back. Coming down to the wire.
It really, really is at this point. Both of these orcs now step out. This one rushes towards you, Grim. And as he approaches, an arrow whizzes past this orc's head and flies towards you. I'm going to roll an attack from the bow with disadvantage. It misses, and the orc slams into you. And it's going to make an attack with disadvantage. 12.
Oh, okay. That misses.
Oh my god!
He
He hits you. He hits you. I think the only part of your equipment that you still have is your helmet, and he knocks your helmet off with that swing.
Hey, that's a nice helmet.
Just making sure he takes every piece before you go. Alright, so it's this one over here. This one's gonna scurry forward. Run under here. Pike seems to be slightly out of view. Lucky him. Not lucky for his allies, though. This one's going to aim up towards Grim and try and shoot him in the ass. That misses because of the disadvantage.
Yes.
And it would have been 3 points of damage, Grim. That would have taken you out. You would have been out of the fight and probably dead. As there's nobody to heal you here.
Yep.
You are the healer right now. Ursula.
I'm gonna attack the orc.
Now or never. You've got him. How do you kill him?
I bury the axe in his brain, and then as I step over him, I'm going to rip the axe out and then move up to the one with the bow.
You immediately start trying to pull back as you run up to him as well. Very good. With that in mind, it's now initiated for this orc. It's group 1? No? Do I just roll a morale check at the start of their turn? I guess I'll do it at the start of their turn. Grib!
Alright, by now, my Shield of Fate, pretty sure is over. So
Okay.
I'm going to go back down to AC 11.
Okay.
And I'm going to step over here. And I'm gonna shoot at orc number. Actually, orc number 2.
I will say
at first,
I don't know.
let me.
I don't know what the rules
ahead, go ahead.
are. I don't know what the rules are for like being within 5 feet. But I know from the games I play, if you try and fire a shot at an enemy, you know, when there's an enemy within 5 feet of you, you have disadvantage.
Oh, in that case, I would go for number 2. But first, let me roll to see if I keep my protection from evil going.
Or either way, using a bow in melee is bad news.
Very well.
And I think I am gonna rule in that way, guys. Even though it's my own decision, I just think it makes sense.
Woo! Protection for evil keeps going.
You might want to switch to a melee weapon.
From here, I'm gonna shoot at number 2 that has a bow.
Okay, so you got disadvantage on this shot then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, now I see.
I said that like 3 times.
Yeah. You did. I'm sorry. You're kind of slow on that one. You know what? Can I just switch for my club and go for number 2?
Yes.
All right.
It's because he's in your face. I mean, actually, to be fair, you could just run away from the orc, get outside of 5 feet, then fire, right? Like, there's no opportunity attacks.
True. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna walk another one here. 15.
I'm glad I told you, Dax. I'm sure people would be like leaving comments. Like, why do you just tell him to run?
And I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him. All right.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense though. Like, if you're in a situation where you can't run, like you're like surrounded by enemies, and you're like one side's like the wall, you can't actually move. You should have disadvantage, right? Being within 5 feet of somebody in melee.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you kind of run up alongside Pike, and you run across that little bridge. You fire a shot. And the bridge actually, like, you go off balance on the bridge, and you fire that arrow as you get on the bridge, and that makes you miss. It's like a little rope bridge. It's very, very basic. But Pike, it's your turn.
All right.
I know.
The guy down there.
Yeah, he's looking to pull away, and you just come straight up over the edge, fire down, and an arrow hits, and does enough damage, you kill him.
And try to keep it out of sight.
Alright, this orc now pulls away. This orc comes up. Goes on the bridge. And as he steps onto the bridge, I'm going to roll a check to see if the bridge can hold this orc's weight. He's a big boy. It does, but barely. The orc's going to swing. That's a nat 1.
Yes.
So the bridge buckles, and he plummets to the ground. He ends up here. And I'm going to roll a d4. 3 points. He hurts himself on the way down, but he is still standing. Any other orcs? Apart from the one that's fleeing off? No, Ursula.
I'm gonna pursue the one that's fleeing.
Okay. Do so.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Grim.
Very well. I'm gonna keep protection from evil going.
Yep.
Oh.
It's forever.
Yep.
It's permanent.
And I'm going to. Oh, is the drawbridge? Like, is a little rope bridge? It's still like.
It's broken.
Holding? Oh, it's broken. Very well.
It's
if
completely...
I shoot the guy from here, it's gonna be disadvantage.
No, because you're out.
No.
He's 10 feet away from you.
Oh, perfect.
You're 10
In
feet
that
up,
case,
and he's on the ground, so it's a 10-foot distance.
Very well. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him.
Yep.
Finish him.
That hits him.
And I believe I do.
Square in the head.
And Grim roars.
That mine, this orc now sprints off the map. Do you follow Ursula? It's unlikely you'll be able to keep up with an orc.
No. I'm good.
You've got a ranged weapon, you could try and fire at him as he runs away.
I dropped it.
Then it's over then. That, my guys, the combat is over. And so, it's a session. You guys made it to the orc lair. You were captured, and then you managed to escape. But congratulations, you've survived. And whilst you have gained no more experience, as you have lacked any treasure.
What are you talking about? Look at all this gear the orcs left.
True, yeah, it's very, very true. So, the orc gear. Let's have a little bit of a very quick reference to what the orcs have. So they have a club. Some of them had bows. So you can take those short bows if you want to and have them as a part of your equipment moving forward. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, Pike's gonna
Positive.
definitely
Yep.
take up a short bow or one of their bows. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna drop this flimsy goblin shortbow and grab an orc one. Should be slightly better. Hopefully.
You would hope so, right? Oh god.
So
about
can we go ahead and erase all of our old gear and money?
Well, it depends.
True.
Next
Very
week,
well.
do you want to try and get it back?
Maybe. I'll leave that up to my teammates.
Pike is willing to let bygones be bygones, but there's still a bunch of orcs close to the city, so it's like, you know, we can't just leave these dudes here to attack the city or attack traders.
I
so
will
we gotta
say,
do something about
the
'em.
fact that you've managed to kill so many of these orcs will mean that if you go back there will be less orcs. Their numbers will be thinned. You will be better off for it. It's not one of those situations where this encounter had no fucking value apart from saving your life. Like, you've actually weakened their tribe by killing them here.
Hey Loki, I do have to take off right now.
Yeah, that's why I ended the session right here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I'll see you guys next Sunday, and I'll see you, Loki and Jean, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you for
Gia,
running.
take care. Loki, I like to see, you know, like this guy's got like battle axes, shields, whatever, you know, any piece of armor that might fit me, you know.
So the orcs are all wearing chainmail. So you can strip a couple of them of their chainmail. Chainmail isn't very heavy, as I'm sure you guys know and understand.
Yep.
So I don't think you can carry too many sets of chainmail, but you might be able to carry a couple of sets. Obviously, it won't fit you. That's the issue. Because it's made for an orc and you're a dwarf.
Town, or next week we're gonna go straight from here, the ruins, back to the dungeon?
You'll go back to town.
Very well. In that case, go ahead.
What we'll do, guys, if you're still watching the live stream or if you're watching this video back, if you're interested in me actually showing, like, having the live stream start with them going back to the town, you'd like to see what one of my towns feels like and see the players do some shopping and role playing with a couple of NPCs, just let me know in the comments. If that's something that you're not interested in, I'll do that off screen with them before the session begins. That includes the players. If you guys want to do that, if you want to do that on screen, leave a comment on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm down.
We'll give the people what they want, and if they want that, then they can. Otherwise, no. I'm looking at gear right now just to see what the reference is. For how much you can carry. I mean, you guys all have your carrying capacities, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to find, like, where gear is. The chainmail is 2 gear slots. So you can carry, I mean, each one of these orcs has chainmail. So however many sets you can carry, you can take back. And I definitely wouldn't say you'd get base rate for it, because base rate is 60. You'd probably be lucky to get half that, but that's still money.
I was about to say, let's just take everything back to town and sell it and maybe equip ourselves, a little bit better to take on these orcs.
Okay, so look at how many gear slots you've got, and add the appropriate amount of sets of chainmail. I imagine you just swing one over one shoulder, one over the other shoulder. Drag the third set if you've got enough gear slots for it.
Pretty much all I have is a club and a short bow. It should definitely be enough to drag a lot back. Us three together.
I wouldn't know. A club doesn't actually reference. Is a weapon just one slot? If it's a one-handed,
weapon's usually just one slot. Yeah.
A club is no slots. I don't think.
Oh.
Or it's just
Okay.
one. Oh, it's just one. It's just one slot. Okay, yeah. A club is one slot, and a short bow is also one slot as well.
That means I got 8 slots left to carry loot.
So you can
Pike
that means
can carry 3, and there's what, 5 sets here, 6 sets here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 6 sets total.
Yeah, so Grim takes 3, Pike takes 3, and
What about Ursula?
She can take.
Ursula can just
You can take
all the other
clubs,
stuff.
short bows. Yeah. All right, guys. Congrats.
Thank you. At least we got something out of this.
Yeah.
Well, be aware, guys. Once you actually get back to town, I'll actually be you'll be getting gold, but I'll also be giving you guys experience for what you found. And even though it's not actual treasure, I won't give you like full value for the experience, but I'll give you like half value for the experience. So you at least get some experience points.
All
Makes
right.
sense to me.
I'm just glad Grim made it to another session somehow.
So did Ursula.
Yeah, she did. So pretty much we have like 7 battle axes.
Not battle axes, clubs, right?
Clubs. Oh, the orcs were using clubs. I see.
Oh, the orcs. Oh, yeah, the orcs were using axes. My apologies. Yeah, so it was the goblins. You have one thing you have to realize with me as a dungeon master is sometimes I turn into old granddad Loki and I just can't fucking remember things, like early onset dementia or something.
It's all good. It's all good.
It happens, man.
So battle axes, yeah. So and how many orcs died? Was it 5 or 6? It was 6, wasn't it? 6. So there would be 6 axes.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna take 3 of them.
Can you carry 3 of them?
Yeah, and I can still carry 2 more stuff. Actually, how many slots does the chainmail takes?
It's
1 or 2?
2.
Very well. In that case, I am full. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you can carry any more. I will very quickly check the axe to see if it's actually something that you could carry effectively. And the interesting thing about Great Axe in this system is it's actually 1 or 2-handed, the Great Axe. That's why I called it a battle axe earlier. But it's a D8, D10 weapon, the Great Axe. And a Great Axe does actually cost 2 slots. So it might just be worth having your third human carry as many Great Axes as you can.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm taking 3 chainmails and 1 battle axe. That's it.
And the Great Axes aren't a lot of money. They're 10 GP each in this system. But you'd be lucky to get half that. But I mean, money's money, you know.
We need anything that we can get right now.
Yeah, maybe I'll have another player character for next week. So it will be up to obviously if any of my patrons who are current patrons of the channel, or you know anybody on the Discord who's in one of my games already wants to join. I guess we'll see. Thank you very much for playing, guys, and thank you everybody for watching too.
Thank you, Loki, for having us.
All right,
Yes,
guys.
thank you very much.
I'll see everybody on the live stream next week. Until then.